Y'all ready? Thought it was a good spring game. Really happy with the way things went. Thought both sides did some good things at time. We kept it pretty vanilla on defense. Just like I've been saying most of the spring, you guys can see we're a little bit more efficient at throwing and catching the ball. We're by no means a finished product, but I feel like we've improved. Certainly from the fall, this spring we're getting better. Got a long way to go, but overall I was very happy with the team's energy. They've been solid all spring. Really, it gets long sometimes for these guys in the spring, beating up on each other with no games and all that. They've had good energy, worked hard. Went out there today, played good, solid, clean football, made some plays. You can see we're still a little bit thin in certain positions that we need to continue to work on. And certainly when you're putting on two teams, it waters you down. So you don't get the quality that you're going to see in the fall. But I like where we're headed. I like this group, and we certainly are making some strides.
Shocking questions, Patrick. You got
it? Yeah. Tony tried to grill me the whole way down here on what I was going to say. Tony had to have, Tony was trying to prepare me as best I could for that first conversation there. And Neil and I, we didn't have a chance to see each other yet. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think you saw Patrick do some good things. You saw the other quarterbacks do some good things. Patrick, along with the other two, were a little bit shaky at times as well, like you would expect. A little, a few nerves, rushing a few things, missed a few throws, things that they'd like to have over. But Patrick is he's improved. You guys saw him a year ago and see him now. You see the improvement, and I'm proud of that. I think we're better around him. I think when we have everybody healthy, all the quarterbacks will look better. So. There's no decision yet. I'm proud of the effort Pat has done, and I really like the other two as well. And I think the other two are great quarterbacks, and certainly had some great days this spring. So we'll see.
How important was it? You want a guy that's going to win ultimately. Patrick need to drive with 56 seconds, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Go in the half, he goes 6 for 7. Hits
Yeah.
Down the field.
Yeah.
Does that make a statement to you about
It does, and again, I've been as honest and upfront with y'all as I could be. Through this whole spring, we've got kids here that are competing for starting positions, and I've told you that Patrick has made some improvement. You saw it right there on that drive, and throughout a good part of this game. He's doing some good things, and he looks comfortable back there. It's not easy. You take Reese, who's just a freshman, and of course Drew should be in high school right now, and it's not easy. It's a different game going from high school to college, and I was very proud of the way Reese and Drew played throughout the whole spring. But I did like that.
Is running back a spot where you're not concerned about the depth?
I'm not. I feel good about the depth there. I really do. As you know, we need it, and I like the way those guys play. You could see JoJo's a different guy. He's healthier. His ankles are healthier. He's stronger. He's more explosive. And certainly having Braylon, we're awfully excited about Braylon. He's just got a calmness about him. He always competes, but he's a very mature kid, and he's explosive out there. So great to have him. You saw the other guys too, Josh and Mikkel, and we're deep there, so that we're going to need them.
How much could you tell about your offensive line play from your bench?
We're better. I mean, we're better. We're again, I say it over and over, but it's true. We're going to get bigger. We're going to get stronger. We're going to get deeper. But I like the way those guys are playing. They have a pride about them, and and you guys can see that. And even at times last year, we're going to have some physicality about us. I know, we're not saying we're going to go in there and smash mouth everybody, but you have to have some toughness about you and some physicality, and we're going to continue to work on that.
Mark, when you're looking for depth at a spot like linebacker, like maybe what a game like that, how important was it for Darren Blaylock to make some plays and show you?
It was very important. Darren is a guy that since he's been here, really since he was recruited, he was in between linebacker and safety. He's a good player that we need to find the right spot for him, and Darren needs to continue to play with great fire and great energy. He has some ability. We got to find the right spot for him, and we do need him. We need him to be a good player. I was very proud of him a year ago, the way he always competed and played on special teams.
You haven't made a decision at quarterback. What is the timetable for that?
Well, we're going to go back and look at this tape, and Neil and I will look at this spring in its entirety, go through all the drives and everything that we've been through, and we'll sit down next week and see what we're at as a staff. I know I respect how important it is to tell y'all right away, but we'll make some decisions in house and see where we're at, and again, it's right now with 3 guys, it's been helpful, honestly, because when you're competing with 4 and 5, it's hard, just the reps. So it hasn't distracted from anybody at this point because we get so many reps in the spring.
Mark, is there a chance you would name the starter next week, or is it?
Yeah, there's a chance. Mm-hmm. It's probably pretty slim, but there's a chance. Yeah, I would tell you. I do try to be honest with y'all. I really do. I do. Give me that.
Horton is a 236-pound freshman. Is he going to fit in with this mix? I mean, that's a big kid. He needs a big running back.
Oh, yeah. You could see him out there, and I've told you that at times this year. He needs to run with his pads a little lower and get used to it. But he's talented. He's not only big, but he has some good feet, good vision. He's the whole package. He needs to just continue to develop. Again, he's another one. He should be at the prom this weekend. Matter of fact, Thaddeus, he booked it out of there. He's got the prom tonight. He does. He's on his way back to his prom. So, yeah.
JoJo's a different guy. How does that show up?
How does it show up? Just as you would expect, just more mature, physically more developed, and he's really grown as a leader. He's got a great personality. You heard the comments I told y'all in the summer and things, and you love his energy. You love what that passion that he has, but you got to have a maturity about you also. It can't just be all fun and games. And so I really see him growing.
What about physically?
Physically, his ankles, are cleaned up. We had to go in and clean up some bone spurs, and that's helped. And he put on more weight, and that's just obviously going to make him more explosive as well.
What's the difference in how you feel now versus this time last spring? Is there?
Well, you do. You feel much better. I mean, I really tried not to ever, throw everybody under the bus, including myself and the team. But we just weren't very good, and we're better. We're still not where we need to be, but we're better. We're at that point where you could really start to feel that improvement.
Mark, what your plays of Darius was really disruptive in the first half, especially. Is that kind of what you think?
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's just like the screen that he intercepted. In a live situation, we may chop him a little bit more than that. So you can't put that all on Patrick there. We got to get him down. But he's a big guy, and he's put on a lot of weight, and he's always been a technician. But you just again, that maturity, a year older, that experience, just to be a playmaker.
You mentioned maturity several times. The guys who came in last year have been in the program a year. If this team really improves, are they the guys that sort of have to? Absolutely.
We've got to have that. Everybody talks about the youth. I love them. I love the young players. But, I mean, we need to have guys like Z and Bud and all the other older guys. They're the guys that are going to help us win SEC games.
Marco Robinson had a big day on the field. Has he done everything off the field to where you're confident he's going to be there in the fall?
He's really improving. I'm very proud of the effort that he's made off the field. He's not perfect. DeMarco has a lot of work to do in certain areas, but he's trying and he's battling, and I've been proud. He's really improved in a lot of ways.
Mark, what do you expect of your 3 quarterbacks? What do they need to do throughout the summer so they lost them?
They, just like the rest of our team, need to continue to work hard and improve. We're probably as late as just about very few teams in the country got done as late as we did here today. We needed that work. We needed a long winter to get physically bigger and stronger and to develop our skills and, fundamentally getting better. Our players need to take a little bit of time here, decompress, do good in finals and all those things, and then we've got to get right back to work. We've got to have a great summer. The teams that, we have so much work to do, and we can improve so much just through this summer. So they've got to continue to work, and they've got to be great leaders, and they got to bring everybody along with them.
What kind of improvement do you want to see in the summer? What are the things that you're looking for just as they move forward?
Well, everything. I mean, just consistency, just throwing and catching with those guys, just timing. That's something that you just can't get enough of. They could do that on air, and then, of course, when we get together and compete with the defensive guys, we've got to have quality work. They're going to get together. We're not allowed to work with them when it comes to 7-on-7 and things like that. We're still, even with the new rules, we're not allowed to be out there with them when there's a football out there. So they've got to have great leadership and continue to work through the summer and get quality work.